Hello everyone, welcome back to the series where I review every card from every ink in the first chapter of Disney Lorcana. We did Steel first, and now we're doing Sapphire. You guys already know what to expect, so we're just going to dive right into today's video. Let me know what your favorite Sapphire card is in the comments, and please like, subscribe, get this new channel going. A lot of subscriptions have been pouring in lately, which are fantastic. Let's just keep it going. And yeah, we're doing this during Gen Con week, definitely, so hopefully see you a bunch of guys at Gen Con. With that, let's start with Robin Hood. Robin Hood being the very first card. You get to Feed the Poor. If your opponent has more cards in their hand, you draw a card. So when you play it, you can just draw a card, probably, which is pretty good. Good shot. It has evasive during your turn. And this is a 6 cost that can be used as ink, 4/4, and it quests for 2. Not too bad at all. This card is really strong, in my opinion. Aurora. 5, it can be used as ink for a 3/5, it quests for 2. You can shift for 3. Dropping this turn 3 could be really scary. And Protective Embrace is what makes it really scary. Your other characters gain Ward, which means they can't be chosen except by challenge. So, like, no Dragon Fires can get rid of it, no Blast the Cannon, none of that stuff. None of that. They can't be chosen, which means hexproof, basically. Hexproof is very powerful. I think this is one of the better cards in the first set. It's going to be really powerful, and you'll have to keep this card in mind if you are, playing this archetype. Or playing against it, that is. Maleficent is a 4 for a 3/4 for 2 lore. At least it can be used for ink. I guess it's okay. Nothing too crazy. Mickey Mouse, I like this card a lot. Get a clue. When you play this character, you may put the top card of your deck ink while face down and exerted. It is mana ramp. Mana ramp. Sapphire seems to be one of the mana ramp inks in the deck in the game, and that's really cool. It costs 3 to play. It can't be used as ink, but that's fine considering it'll be making ink for you. That's a 1/3. Not too bad, honestly. Let's move on to Scar. I like this Scar a lot. This might be personal preference. This might be copium, but I do enjoy this Scar card. It's 6 to play, which is a bit much. It can be used for ink. It's a 5/4 for 2. When you play this character, choosing opposing character gets -5 power this turn. What it's used for is so that you can basically give this -5 to something, and then you can challenge that character with the -5 attack so that it can't, like, attack, do damage to you back, and so you can get rid of it. It's powerful at taking out opponents' characters with strong attack, because this card is just going to say, yeah, you got no attack anymore. So I think it's a really powerful card, because you'll keep the Scar body, and you're obviously going to keep whatever you do the challenge with. So I think this card's reasonable. I think this card will see meta play. We have Maurice, another card that I think is going to see meta play, and a big payoff for items. It costs 6 to play, it can be used for ink. It's 2/7, so Maurice has got a big booty, and 2 lore. Give it a try. Whenever this character quests, you may pay 2 less for the next item you play this turn. That's pretty nuts. And then whenever you play an item, draw a card. It's not once per turn, so if you just keep playing items, you keep drawing cards. You can use... There's another card... There's a card in Magic like this. It's some white legendary SRAM, I think the name is. Whenever you play an artifact or enchantment or whatever, you draw a card. It's like SRAM. And my friend has a really good deck in Modern with SRAM in it, and it just turbos through the whole deck. So if there are enough cheap items in the game, or free items in the game, whatever... Maurice has the potential to be extremely powerful. I do believe this card will see meta play in the first set. We'll move on to Let It Go. I'm going to be honest. I think this is the best removal card in the first set. I'm going to be honest. I think this is it. It's a 5 cost. It can be used as ink. Put chosen character into the player's ink while face down and exerted. And the real special part about this is a character with 5 or more costs can exert to sing the song for free. This is potentially a free removal card for any character. Sure, it puts it in ink, but I think that's fine. I think that's reasonable for a card of this power. This card's crazy. So like, okay, let's compare Dragonfire. Dragonfire just blows something up. It's in the discard pile. You can potentially add it back to your hand. There's cards in the game that let you do that. Unless I've missed something major, we don't have any cards that return ink to the hand right now. That means that card ain't coming back. That might be worth it. You never know. So I think this card is incredibly strong. Definitely going to be seen in the meta. This card is very good. Let's move to one jump ahead. Put the top card of your deck into your inkwell face down and exerted. It's just a ramp card. It's a -1 technically, so I don't know how I feel about it, but you know, whatever. It's ramp. Ramp is okay, I suppose. Flounder, 1 for a 2/2/1. It's just okay, despite all the Team Flounder memes out there. We got Coconut Basket. People might remember Proxy Coconut meta. You guys remember that? If you remember that, let me know in the comments. 2-drop, can be used for ink. Consider the Coconut. Whenever you play a character, you may move up to 2 damage from chosen character. So, if you play character spam with cheap characters, the Coconut is going to heal a lot of damage. That's pretty cool. Coconut's okay. Develop Your Brain is Sleight of Hand from Magic. You pay 1, look top 2 cards, add a card to your hand, bond down with that card. And this card's great. Love it. We have Aurora, a 2 for a 2/2 for 2. It's very cheap. A turn 2 Aurora can lead into a turn 3 shifted Aurora with Protective Embrace. That's very strong. We have Belle. When this character quests, you may pay 1 less for the next time you play this turn. It's 3 for 2, 3 for 2. It's a mini Maurice. It's fine. Not as obviously as good as Maurice, but it's okay. You'll play it in your item payout decks. We have a 4-drop Aurora. Can be used as ink. 2/5, quest for 1. When you play this character, chosen character is -2 this turn. It's like a mini Scar. I think Scar is better than this because of how high it can go, but you can't deny this is a cheaper Aurora. So, whatever. I don't think you'll see as much fun to play as Scar, unless I'm completely misreading the game. I think it will see play. I don't think you'll see a lot of play, though. We have Jasmine, a 3 for a 3/3 for 2. It's just a vanilla. It's okay. Ariel. Sorry, that's not Ariel. Ariel. 4, it can't be used as ink for a 3/3 for 1. Whenever you play an item, you may ready this character. This is an incredibly interesting card. So we have multiple cards, like the Coconut card, that seem to promote you for playing cheap bodies. So you can either do this to challenge your opponent's characters in tandem with Coconut Basket and heal. That's a combo by playing cheap characters. Or you can just quest a bunch of times if you play cheap characters. You know, I like Ariel. I think Ariel is a very solid card. Definitely a bit of a build-around card, but if you pull it off, good combos are good. Donald Duck, a 5, can be used as ink for 4/3/2/2. Strutting his stuff, you love to see it, and as ward. It's okay. It's fine. I don't really think it'll see that much play, but it's whatever. Merlin, 4 for 3/4/1, and has support. Whenever this character quests, you may add their attack to chosen character's attack this turn. So we've seen this on Hey Hey, the little cock, for lack of better terminology. This is a bigger Hey Hey. Now, it costs a lot more to play, obviously, and the questing is only for 1 lore, but giving your other character +3 attack might really come in handy. Maybe it lets you get over big things like Maurice, for example. I don't know. I think Merlin is playable. I don't think it's very good or useful. I think it's too expensive for what it does, but I think it can be niche. We have Triton, the Sea King, a 7 for a 5/9 for 2. Big vanilla boss monster that's hard to deal with. That quests for 2 every turn. It's okay. It's not if it's not Baroque, that's funny. Return item card from discard to hand. Item recursion is very powerful. We were talking about in Steel how like Beast can just blow up an item. Well, if you're playing a lot of items, which you will be doing in the blue Sapphire item payoff deck, you can return it into your hand if it gets destroyed. That's not too bad. We have Maleficent, a 5 for a 3/6 that quests for 3. Not terrible. Questing for 3 is really cool. I will say that. It is an okay card with 3 attack, 6 defense. Maybe a little bit better than okay. I think I'd rather play that over King Triton, honestly. We have Scepter of Arendelle for 1 that can be used as ink. It has command, tap. Chosen character gains support this turn. It's up to you if you think support is worth it or not, but it might be worth it on bigger bodies. Who knows? Maybe you play this because it's a cheap item, and then you start supporting a lot. Again, maybe in the right deck, the build-around items, this could work out quite well. We have Belle. Everyone's talking about this card. It is a 4-drop for 2/4, quest for 1. Read a book. During your turn, you may put an additional card from your hand into your inkwell face down. It's ramp. And then, my favorite part, while you have 10 or more cards in your inkwell, this character gets +4 lore. Now, imagine giving this thing, like, like protective embrace with Aurora, and so they can't just target it. They have to beat it by battle. And if you drop this late game, it's just questing for 5. That's a lot. That's a quarter of your victory goal. This card is powerful. Build around for sure. A very good payoff for Sapphire, and will probably win some games in the first chapter. Work together. An action for 1. Chosen character gains support this turn. A lot of support payoffs. I think this card's really bad. It's just not like item. At least you can use it every turn. This is just a one-off. No. 5 for 2, 5 for 2. Jasmine shift 3. So this gives you a Jasmine shift, and it has Caretaker. When you play this character, whenever she quests, you may remove up to 2 damage from each of your characters. This combined with the coconuts can lead to some interesting combinations of healing. So that's it. That's what I gotta say about that. And there are obviously cheap Jasmines to make this shift 3 very possible. It's better later in the game, obviously, if you go wide. And if your opponent thinks you're playing Jasmine, they might play around this, which might work in your favor as well. That card's good. We have Grandma Tala. Cost 2, it's a 1/1, quest for 1. When this character is banished, put in your ink while face down and exerted. When it dies, it becomes ink. I'm fine with that card. That's not a bad card at all. We have Mufasa, a 6 for a 4/6 for 3. Good card. Solid card for sure. It's okay. 1 for a magic golden flower. Another 1-drop item. Healing Pollen. Banishes item with the 3 damage from chosen character. You'll play it in the cheap item build-around decks, and besides that, it's just okay at best. It's a cheap item, which makes it very plausible. Plus, it can be used as ink, so that's nice. Then we have Chief Tui, a 7 cost, but can be used for ink, 3/6 for 3, and has support. So this is a good support card, not like the one we saw earlier. Adding 3 after you quest for 3, to add that 3 to something to blow up a bigger character through challenge, that's respectable. Respected leader, all right. Card is a little bit better than okay in my books. Then we have Hades, a blue Hades. 7 can't be used as ink, 3/6 for 2. When you play this character, you may put chosen opposing character into their player's ink while face down. We have another freaking Let It Go. I think that's the card's name. Let It Go? Let It Go, yeah. Frozen Song. Let It Go. The problem with this card is it costs 7. Now, will you play this card? You will play this card, but Let It Go is better. Imagine playing Hades and the next turn using Let It Go. All of a sudden, you've put 2 potentially very scary cards in your opponent's ink. That seems pretty good to me. It's not as good as Let It Go, but it is a fine card indeed. We have Philoctetes. I don't know how to say that card's name. I'm going to butcher it in the comment section. 2 for a 3/1. Can be used as ink. It has support. 3 for a 2-drop. That's a good support card too. That's reasonable support card. Then we have Tamatoa, an 8-drop for a 5/8 that quests for 1, but it gets don't worry about it. What we have here: when you play this character and whenever he quests, you may return an item card from discard to hand. So on play gets you an item back. Whenever you quest, you get an item back. Playing this with the Aurora, protective embrace Aurora, that's gonna be hard to get rid of, but it gets a lot better. Glam. This character is +1 lore for each item you have in play. If you guys wanted another item payoff, you got another item payoff. Imagine just dropping a bunch of 1-drop items and then freaking Tamatoa here. That's crazy. It's actually crazy. And then we have Eye of the Fates. For 4, it's an item. See the future. Chosen character gets +1 lore this turn. I don't know how to feel about this card. My initial impression is I don't think it's good enough for the cost. I think this card is just a little too slow. I am open to being incorrectly proven, but I just don't see this card being that good. And there's a lot of good items that are cheap that give you immediate payoffs that are pretty good. I just don't see this card doing it for me. And the last blue card, Sapphire card, sorry, is Fishbone Quill. 3-drop for ink as well. You tap, put any card from your hand into your ink while face down. It's, if you're drawing a lot of cards with your item payoffs and your Maurice and stuff like that, Fishbone Quill gets better. If not, I don't think it's going to be anything amazing. But this card has the potential to do some nutty loop. Sorry, not loop, just inking for you. As long as you can constantly replenish your hand, I think you're good to go, and Fishbone Quill is a great card. And that'll do it for my review of all the Sapphire cards in the first chapter. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know what your favorite card is in the set for Sapphire. I'll see you guys later. Bye!